it.
You want to sit over there?
And what we're doing right now is basically finding people in our own community, because we have the access and resources for experts in all of those committees to begin to lay the foundational work so that the community can begin to work with each other and buy in on a comprehensive plan for South Shore and all those areas. So be on the lookout sometime in September when we're about to open it up to the entire community. Right now, we just have people that this is their area of focus, begin to lay the groundwork. Secondly, we are re-engaging our block clubs. The Southeast Side Block Club Alliance have been meeting since May, and we're planning to have a block club workshop as of July 18th. You will get the word, we'll be getting the word out so that you will know what that's happening. Make sure you bring 2 other people to the block club workshop, minimum. You can bring your whole block if you want to, but at least 2 more people, okay? So now I would like to turn this over to Chef Sarah, the owner. Say a few words because she does allow us to come in here every month to do these things. So let's thank her for that.
Thank you.
I appreciate you all coming to our establishment.
We can't hear you. You got to stick into the mic.
Oh. Thank you for coming to support us. We're trying to stay here as long as possible. We're going on 4 years in September 23rd. That goes to you guys. Thank you. As long as you come up in here, I'm going to go. And by the way, we have great breakfast sandwiches. So when you get on that train in the morning or going for that train, stop and get your coffee. Our coffee is wonderful. We have breakfast sandwiches. We have chef special, and breakfast is all day long. So once again, first time people, come on back and see me.
All right.
Thank you. And make sure you place an order.
And place an order.
So I'm going to turn this over to Chasna. He is one of the facilitators for Exchange Ideas. As you know, Exchange Ideas is for the young and up-and-coming leaders in South Shore.
I don't know why she does that to us every time. Is this your bird? We got officers in the back, first of all. Let me just say, since you want to get out of control, we have support today. So this format, thank you, sir. This format is really very conversational. And so one of the things that we want to do is just set some ground rules. As you all know, we've had various speakers come in here, and sometimes we all have our own self-interest that motivates why we come, right? And that's just natural. And so I want to just remind us, you know, the last time we were here, we had Greg Mitchell, right? Now our newly elected 7th Ward Alderman. And we had some folks in the audience that clearly had a gripe with Mr. Mitchell prior to him coming, and they used this forum as an opportunity to air some of that, you know, frustration. That is not the culture of this format. So we want to make sure that we see each other as valuable resources, and that we reflect the kind of community that we want to live in through our conduct. And so what I'm asking is, you know, if you identify a problem in this discussion, please also identify a solution. So what we're going to do is we have a number of questions to facilitate this discussion, but before we break that ice, I want to invite anyone in here who may have some words of encouragement, a favorite quote, personal narrative, something to get this momentum started in the right way, something short. Is anyone brave enough to, there we go. This is Miss Yvette Moyo of Real Man Cook. Please come and share with us your story. Thank you.
Oh, I thought you said short. I was
short,
say,
make it short.
Everything good grows in our neighborhood.
All right. In our neighborhood. I said it. Okay, so now, did anybody in here meet anybody new? Meeting one for the first time? Yes. Does anyone want to introduce the person that they met? First time. No? Okay, we'll keep it in mind. Maybe next time. We call folks out. I see a lot of them. Yeah, you do. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce Taj. I'd like to introduce Taj over here, who just took a mouthful of food, so I'll be his voice for a minute here. And his interest is real estate, right? And job development, a little bit. Ethics, got it. Okay, nice meeting you.
What's your name?
Ann Holcomb.
Anyone else? Okay, so again, I invite folks to come in close. We're just going to have an intimate conversation. I think I was talking to a gentleman in the back. Let me make sure I get his name right. Okay, Mr. Baker. Mr. Baker, Rodney Baker is an artist, musician, producer here in the back. And Mr. Baker and I were talking, and there was something that jumped out at us as you walked in. And one thing I want to do, I see that I'm about to, you see I got eager for a second. Let me do this. Let me read the bio of our special guest for today so that we all can get a sense of his accomplishments and why he was invited to be here. Hopefully I've got it quickly accessible here. Val sent this to me the other day. Let me see. Here we go. Now, Mr. Gerald Gary is the President and Chief Investment Officer of Community Capital Investment Partners. He's also Chairman of the Chicago Regal Foundation. Before founding both of these entities, Mr. Gary has held various roles in enterprise technology management at Chicago-based Electronic Knowledge Interchange and at Killerspin LLC, where he has focused on software-enabled optimization of business process. Hopefully this comes with a glossary. Prior to, he developed, wrote, and executed derivative trading strategies. He began his career as a portfolio manager at LaSalle Global Securities and Trust Services, where he managed the risk and administration of collateralized securities. Mr. Gary completed separate studies in finance and aviation at the University of Illinois in Champaign as a President Scholar, and has served as he has an internship with the United States Senate following graduation. He currently sits on the associate boards of Providence St. Mel School and the Merritt School of Music in Chicago. And get this, Mr. Gary is a licensed pilot. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Gerald Gary. Aviation? Yes. This is like reminiscent to ski. That's right. So let me do this. I'm going to pass you the mic. If you want to just offer any opening comments and tell folks just a little bit about, we read about you, but give us a little sense about who you are and give us your background. One second.
Do you want to go in the back or you want to take my seat? Okay. You don't have to walk all the way back.